Hello, friends, and welcome back to the channel. I'm glad you joined me today. And today I've got something special for you. I do not have my podcast mic loaded and recording today. Today we got something a little bit different. And that's why you're hearing me through a speakerphone. Today we have a challenge, and I didn't want my podcast mic to ruin this challenge for you. I'm talking on the speakerphone so that your ears are tuned to listen to the audio of the headphones that are going to be demonstrated today. And here's what's happening. If you're on a limited budget and don't want to spend more than $100 a headset, what do you do? What do you do? That's something that for us over the years seems like $100 for a lot of businesses, a lot of people. That tends to be their ceiling. Not for everybody, but a lot of people, especially nowadays where people are on a limited budget. So what would you do with the plethora? There's thousands of headsets that are in that range that are under $100. Would you simply pick the brand that people are talking about? Apple, Plantronics, Poly, Jabra, or some other one? Or would you go with something much cheaper because maybe you think you're overpaying? Well, you're in for a good one because I've got three that you want to take a look at today. So this frustrating dilemma comes up often. And if you're an office manager or somebody that's buying this stuff for other people, pay attention because this can help you out a whole lot. So for this challenge, here's what I want you to do. If you have a pair of headphones, go ahead, put them on. You are going to be able to hear the differences among the three much better than if you do not have a pair of headphones. So hope you're ready, because here we go. Let me pull this up. And at the end of this video sample, I'll show you and reveal which of those three those are and a little bit of commentary so that you know what you're looking at. Let's pull this up right now. Okay. Oh, look at that. Oh, so look at that. So let's, oopsie. I gave you a little sneak peek behind the curtain there because I hit the wrong buttons. So what we do is roll this back. Add to the
This is a
stage.
test with headset number 1. If you had a limited budget for your remote workers, which headset would you buy? Would you pick the best sounding one for your team so that customers can hear them clearly? How does this one sound to you? And this is headset number 2. If you had a limited budget for remote workers, which headset would you buy? Would you pick the best sounding one for your team so that customers can hear them clearly? How does this one sound?
Mhm.
And this is headset number 3. If you had a limited budget for your remote workers, which headset would you buy? Would you pick the best sounding one for your team so that customers can hear them clearly? How does this sound?
Okay, now here's the reveal. The first one was the Yealink UH34, $40 headset. The second one was an XS820 USB. All three of these are USB models, so that's what we're showing today. The USB. And the third one, Jabra Evolve2 40. This is a major brand that's on the market. And let's go back here. This is the more recognized brand that's $100. Now, if you didn't hear the nuance, do you think your customers are also going to hear the nuance of those sounds? Maybe, maybe not. And that's why I've asked you to listen to this with headphones. Also, maybe listen on their speakerphone. Maybe a lot of your customers are on speakerphones when they're talking to you, but it's always important to check out those two differences, especially when we're talking with audio, because with headphones, you may hear those lower ends, the low register sounds much easier than if you're on a speakerphone where you may not get the lower register, the bass that comes through. So a $40 headset, does it sound as good as a $100 headset? Well, let me put it to you this way. I've used all three of these in talking to people, in testing them. If I were on a tight budget, these three have their own pluses or minuses. But if we're basing it solely 100%, your decision is only about the audio quality, I say there aren't too many differences between the 40 going up to the $100 headset. So if you were looking to save money, you could opt for either the $40 option or the $65 option. This would save you a lot of money, especially if you're buying for an entire team, 5, 10, 30, 50 people. All three of these come with 2-year warranties, so you're covered there. All three of these are readily available. We sell those also on Amazon. And all three of these are built very well. So they have a lot of similarities from that standpoint. Now, once you dive a little deeper, they do have some differences. One huge glaring difference is when you jump into comfort. If I were to rank these based on my experience, the comfort goes actually from left to right. The least comfortable would be the $40 one. Up from that would be the $65 one. And then the Evolve 2 would have probably the most comfort. Those are larger ear cups, and they're oval, and they're a little bit more padded. And that's what that looks like when I put it on my head. But if all you're looking to do is outfit some people either temporarily or folks that, the budget only goes so far, you can't go wrong with the 40 or the $65 if your primary thing is to hear them well. You heard the audio. Both of them sound, I think, as good as the $100 option. There aren't any huge differences where you hear garbled noises, where you hear background noises. Now, I will tell you, those tests were done right here in this environment where I have a closed office. And actually, I have in the corner, I have a fan running that I can hear from right here. And that fan was running at the same time as the test was done on all three of these. So if you didn't hear the fan, which was a noise, and above me, I have my son is playing. He was playing in school. He was doing some stuff, some videos or dancing or whatever. So if you didn't hear that in either of those three, then you're in good shape. All three of these will block some of those noises. All three have noise canceling. So ultimately here, if your issue is budget and you wanted to spend less than 100, could you? Yes, the answer is yes. Could you then try to make a decision on the two that are in the $40 to $65 range? Are there some differences that may change your mind? I think so. So let me grab these two for you. And what I could do is also show these to you on a close-up. See if I can get my extra camera on. Okay, let's present extra camera. There we go. Put that guy over there. Let's remove this. Let's go here. Okay, so this is the $40 option. This is made by Yealink. Who is Yealink? Yealink has been known for its phones. They make, right now, they're either the one or number two manufacturer of telephones in the world, depending on the market. So they have been making phones for a long time, and they, in the last few years, have gotten into the headset business because, quite frankly, phones are going towards the dodo bird side. So if you're in an office with phones, know that eventually everything will be on the computer. We're not there yet, but we're getting closer every year. Fewer and fewer phones are being sold. So that's what this looks like. The this is going to do the job. It's going to work. Has a really good microphone. Here's where I found, for me, the issue. If you're going to put this on the head of somebody that does customer service, one of the things that a customer service person likes is something comfortable. Now, with this kind of headset, you see it does pivot a little bit, but it doesn't pivot a ton. It does move a little bit. So it's better than a lot of other headsets in this price point, where when this earpiece is completely fixed to the headband, you get a very uncomfortable fit on the head. And that's because your head is not a piece of square. Your head and your ears, more importantly, kind of are rotated in the way it sits. So as you see your ear, like mine, it comes out. So when it sits on your ear can be sensitive to the pressure points located throughout a headset. And this is not just for a $40 headset. There are headsets that are more expensive than this that don't have this ability to pivot right at this point. And that's what creates discomfort as well as comfort for a headset. The other thing that is really cool about this particular $40 headset is that it comes with its own controller. So you have the controls, you have the ability to mute, you have the ability to answer, and if you're on Microsoft Teams, you have a Teams button that really makes your life easier. And then it connects via USB. There's USB-A and USB-C version. So that's the $40 one. Now, stepping up from that, on the $65 one, these come both in mono and stereo. I just happen to have the mono in my hand and here to test, but they come in both. This particular one, if we leave off or if we pick up where we left off about the pivoting and rotating, you can see that this one has a lot more range. This is what we're looking for in a headset when we're talking about comfort, something that will stay on the head for just about any head shape or size or contour. This kind of action. Let me put that on my head so you can see what that looks like. Oh, let me put it on the other side. So if this is the mono version, it can rotate to either side, and you can see how it fits on the ear, and it can move. That's what we want. We want a headset that moves, and that is what gives you a very comfortable fit. Now, with this one, you get a slightly different capability when it comes to the controls. The controls are at your fingertips here as well. You have a volume up, volume down. You have a mute capability. But here's what you get. In addition to that, you have the ability to separate the headset from the controller. And if you have somebody that is on the phone more than an hour, let's just say more than an hour or hours at a time throughout the day, they are an all-day user, they're going to appreciate the fact that you gave them a more comfortable headset. That's number one. Number two, the fact that you can separate the headset from the controller means you could just walk away and come back, plug in at any time, rather than just simply dumping the headset all the time. Sometimes you don't want, and the less that you do, the less that you have to do in terms of using a device, the least amount. That means that you're going to exert less effort. That means that there's going to be a lot less fidgeting. There's going to be a lot less issues. There's a lot less of this going on throughout the day where people are doing this and these kinds of motions and gyrations over time wear out almost every headset that you find on the market, some more than others, but it's less wear and tear on a headset. And these particular, what they're called QD connections, these are designed to be ergonomic. You see how they're curved right in here. They're made for a human finger to grab. A lot of the other ones on the market with other headsets, you don't have this kind of design where it's contoured in the middle or right here or also on the side. So it's for easy separation. So let's go back for a moment and summary. You have three options. All three will do the job. If you have a limited budget, you could go with a $40 option. You want a little bit more comfort, step up to the $65. If you want the maximum comfort for under $100 or around $100, the Jabra Evolve2 does the job. All three had really good audio. It's very hard to tell them apart. And that's why we have this lineup of these three. Now, if you want a lineup of some additional ones, go ahead and drop me a comment. I love your questions. They help me create more videos. They help my team sift through more devices. And we may pick your comment or your question for a future video. I've got more videos. You want more reviews, more nerding out on some tech gear or other things? Go ahead and check out the videos in this channel. I'll see you here next time. Thanks for watching today.